Hi friends, in the last videos we covered very clearly how you can read user provided input by using input function. Up to that not required to have any doubts, sir. Sir, now the next topic what I have to discuss, command line arguments. Command line arguments. So what is command line argument? Within our Python program, how you can read these command line arguments, how you can use these command line arguments, what is the main advantage of these command line arguments, like we have to perform post-mortem on these concepts, sir. Sir, these command line arguments is another way to read user provided input. Remember that. Sir, first question, what are command line arguments? How you can pass command line arguments? So these are not arguments, these are not values we are passing by using input function. So command line arguments, okay? So we have to pass arguments from the command prompt. I want to pass arguments from the command prompt at the time of executing Python script. Sir, how you can execute Python script? Can you please confirm? Py test.py. This is the script, sir. Py, this is the command we require to use. Py test.py. So can you please execute test.py? Sir, while executing this command, here you can pass some arguments. Okay, here you can pass some arguments with this command. Are getting the arguments which are passing from command prompt. So with the Python script execution, these arguments by default considered as command line arguments. Are getting right? What these arguments, right? These arguments are by default considered as command line argument. The arguments which are passing from command prompt, these arguments are called command line arguments, right? Sir, now my next important point, how you can read these command line arguments inside the test.py. I have test.py file is there. How you can read these command line arguments, how you can use these command line arguments, we have to discuss. Okay, sir, first how you can read these command line arguments. Remember, I want to introduce two words. What is the first word? Sys, sir. Okay, sys is a predefined module in Python. What is the module name? Sys. Sys is the module. This module contain one variable is there, argv. Again, what is this one, sir? It is the variable present inside this module. So we are not required to discuss what is the module. In the last session, while covering math module, sir, we covered very clearly what is the basic idea about modules, right? This module contain a variable. What is that variable name, sir? Argv. Okay, by using this variable, happily we can read command line arguments. So just aware, this is a module. In this module there is one variable is there, argv. By using that, happily we can get these command line arguments, right? Then immediately you may ask, sir, this argv is what type? What type? Sir, very simple. This argv is a list type. Are you getting? This argv is list type because the number of command line arguments, order is important, duplicate values are allowed. That's why it is what types are list type. Where is the proof for that? How you can conclude it is a list type? Just very simple. Let me go for a small example, sir. From sys module, import argv. Can you please import from sys module, import argv. Okay, now print of type of argv. Sir, what is the type of this argv? Sir, definitely the answer we are going to get, sir, list type. Take very special care, sir. Okay, now have a look once. If I consider just this is my test.spy file. Have a look once, sir. This is the test.py file. Okay, here I am taking from sys module, import argv. Observe very carefully, sir. Sys is a module name and argv is the variable name. Okay, print type of argv. Print type of argv like this, right? Sir, now let me execute this code py tester.py. What the answer we are going to get, sir? It is the list type. Clear, right? So what are command line arguments? The arguments which are passing from command prompt are called command line arguments. Next, within Python script, how you can read these command line arguments? By using argv variable which is internally list. Okay, this argv variable present inside sys module. Clear for all of you, right? Now I have one small doubt is there. Take very special care about this one. Here, how many command line arguments we are passing? Can you please observe? Py tester.py 10, 20, 30. How many command line arguments we are passing? 3 command line arguments, right? Sir, now, sir, inside my Python file, okay, I'm taking print of argv of 0. Please confirm what the answer we are going to get. So, list elements, first element, how you can access, right? argv of 0. By using index, we can access list elements, right? Please confirm argv of 0. What the answer we are going to get? Yes, friends. Yes, obviously first command line argument. What is the first command line argument for this command? Py tester.py 10, 20, 30. This is just my execution. So what is the first command line argument? What we are going to get? Sir, very simple. Sir, most of the people are going to feel that it is a 10. It is the 10. Most of the people are going to feel it is the 10. Okay. So this is the first command line argument. Under this one is the second. Under this one is the third. No chance at all. Okay. argv internally it is the list. In this list, sir, what is the first value, second value like this? Sir, take very special care, sir. Now this is internally argv. Remember this one, sir. This is internally argv. Forget about this command, sir. Py. So now this is the first element present inside argv, sir. argv. This is the first element present inside. Next, this is the second element, third element, like. So in argv, first element is name of the Python file. That's why what output you are going to get, sir? Test.py. Remember, sir. So what is the first command line argument? First command line argument is not the argument what we are passing. First command line argument is so the name of the file. Sir, even in C language also it is the rule. But in Java, do you know? In Java, this is the first one, this is the second, like this, right? So, but in C language, name of the file itself will become first command line argument. Is it clear, right? Sir, now I want to get a 10. What is the way, sir? Print of argv of 1 I have to take. Are you getting? argv of 1 I have to take. Then what is the answer we are going to get? 10. Okay. If you print argv of 2 or argv of 3, then 20, 30 we are going to get, sir. Take very special care. argv is the list. In that list, first element is not first command line argument. First element is name of the file. Okay. Where is the proof for that? Have a look once, sir. Sir, I'm trying to print. What is the first element? Okay, what is the first element, sir? argv of 0 I'm taking. Okay, now let me execute this code, sir. Sir, observe how you can execute. Py tester.py. Next 10, 20, 30 I'm taking. Now argv means this is the list, sir. In this list, this is the first element, this is the second element, this is the third element, like this. This is so itself is the list. Sir, 0th element, 1th element, second element, third element. So you are asking about argv of 0 means tester.py we are going to get. If you want to observe that, let me execute this code, sir. Py tester.py 10, 20, 30 I'm taking. What answer we are going to get? Okay, tester.py. Sir, you are not getting 10. You are getting what? Tester.py. Sir, I want to get a 10. Then argv of 1. Now you are going to get 10, sir. Are you getting? Now you are getting 10. Perfect. Sir, I want to print argv of 2, sir, argv of 3, argv of 3. Like now you are going to get, yes sir, this is the first command line argument, this is the second one, third one, fourth one, like we are going to get, sir. Okay, now let's just print argv also. Okay, argv, let me print argv. Now that list, total list you are going to get, sir. Yes, observe that this is the list. In this list, what is the first value? The first value itself is, sir, name of the file. Next, the second, third, fourth, like this we have. Clear for all of you, right? So from this discussion, you people should be aware what are command line arguments. So how you can pass command line arguments. Next, how you can read command line argument. Sys module argv is the variable. In this, what is the important point? First command line argument is always name of the file, but not your provided value. Up to this is the clear for all of you, right? So now let me go for a small example. Okay, program to print the command line arguments information. How many number of command line arguments are there? Total list, or one by one, how you are going to print. Yes, a simple example I want to take, sir. So if you want to access command line arguments, compulsory we require to import which variables are argv from which module? Sys module, right? That's why. So from sys module import argv. Okay, can you please import argv from which module, sir? Sys module, right? Now, sir, very simple, print of the number of command line arguments. Okay, the number of command line arguments. Sir, how many command line arguments are there? Okay, like I want to print. Very simple, sir. argv is the list. argv is the list, right? So in this list, how many elements are there? If you want to know, very simple, length inbuilt function we have to use. What is this one, sir? Length of argv. It is going to return how many values are there in this list. Okay, now length of argv, like this I am taking, sir. Next, similarly, I want to provide all command line arguments in a single line. Print the list of command line arguments. The list of command line arguments. The list of command line arguments I'm taking. So how you can print, sir? Just simply argv, like this we have to take. So first one what I'm taking, the number of command line arguments. Next, the list of command line arguments, right? Sir, what is the next one? Okay, the command line arguments one by one I want to print. Command line arguments one by one. Okay, like I want to print, sir. Very simple. Can you please tell argv is a list or not? Yes, it is a list, sir. argv is the list. Internally contain several elements are available. Okay, sir, this is the first element, second element, third element, fourth element, like every element present inside this argv. Can you please print that? Can you please print? So a simple for loop I am taking, sir. For each x value, in argv, sir, for every x present inside argv, print of x value. That's all. A simple program to print a command line information is this one, sir. How many number of command line arguments? The total list of command line arguments. Command line arguments one by one. How you can print? Have a look once, sir. Let me go for a simple example. What we have to go for, sir. Here see, from sys module import argv. Okay, like, sir, now print of the number of command line arguments. The number of command line arguments, right? The number of command line argument. Can you please spell out what is the function we require to call? Length of argv. Okay, like second one, sir, the list of command line arguments. Can you please just print argv, the total list by default you are going to get, sir. Next, print of the command line arguments one by one. The command line arguments one by one. Are getting the command line arguments one by one for each x in argv. For each x in argv, print of x. Are getting for each x in argv, print of x, sir. A simple example what we are going to get, sir. Now have a look once, sir. Sir, py test.py, test.py, okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, like this, 10, 20, 30 I am taking, sir. Sir, how many command line arguments we have? Total 4, sir. Total 4. This is the first one, second, and so on. Sir, now have a look once. What output by default you are going to get? Observe that the number of command line arguments. The number of command line argument 4. Observe carefully, sir. Next, the list of command line arguments. Okay, test.py 10, 20, 30. Sir, command line arguments one by one. This is the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, right? Okay, like this is the way how you can get that right. Okay, suppose let me take another thing. I want to pass some more things, 50, 60, like this, right? Sir, how many command line arguments are there? Sir, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are getting total 7 command line arguments are there, including name of the file. Now observe, the number of command line arguments is the 7. The list of command line arguments is nothing but like 60. Okay, like a test.py later list one by one. If you are going to ask, this is the answer we are going to get, sir. The simplest example to print command line arguments. I hope everyone in the position to understand, right? Clear?